AAF, we on the move, back with another one. All right, guys, first and foremost, y'all know what it is, how you support the channel. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. That's basically how you support the channel. Make sure that we bring the best content we can. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Facebook groups. Everything is in the description below my video. Feel free, if you need help with anything, hit me on Instagram. I'm always willing to help out. Let me know. All right, so for the video for today. So I was sitting around the house and I started wondering, I'm like, man, I started a gun channel. I love guns. And I never really thought about it in my head, like, why do I like guns? Like, why? Like, where did it start at? Like, where did I start to love guns? And I thought about it. And I really sat there and I thought about it. And I kind of went through my progression of life and realized how I learned to love guns. All right. So basically, the way I learned to love guns is from the media. The same media who demonizes guns and say we should stop carrying guns, we shouldn't have guns, is the same way that I fell in love with guns back in the 70s and the 80s. All right. I remember being a young kid watching A-Team and watching Hannibal and B.A. Baracus and Face Man jump out the van with the mini Rugers. And I was like, oh man, those guns are so cool. I remember watching Die Hard and seeing on MP5s. I remember watching Clint Eastwood with the Dirty Harry series with 357. I remember watching action movies like John Woo's The Killer and Hard Boiled. Actually, two of the best action movies with guns ever. With 245s with Chow Yun Fat. And I fell in love with guns. I'm like, wow, these are so cool. I want a gun. But you got to realize something in my community where I come from. In my community where I come from, guns weren't seen as something positive. We didn't have guns around the household. We didn't go hunting. I didn't have guns around the house. Anytime a gun was introduced to my neighborhood, it was 38 wrapped in duct tape. You know what I mean? For people in the hood, you know what I mean. Okay, so it was a negative connotation around weapons. I didn't know for a long time that I could own guns and I can carry a gun. I can own a gun. You know, they say Second Amendment rights is for everybody, but the truth of the matter is in some communities, we don't know that. And it's not because we're stupid or ignorant or anything like that. It's just that we don't grow up with a hunting family hunting and, you know, your parents teach you how to use guns and things of that nature, self-defense. We didn't know that. The guns were illegal where I'm from, and at least in our minds it was. But that's when I fell in love with guns. I remember as a child, I used to go into the grocery store, and I used to go to the local, we had Kroger's, you know. I grew up in New York, all right? I was born in Harlem Hospital, New York, and I moved to Atlanta. I spent half my life in Atlanta, in the Western area, Zone 3, for all you guys out there that know the hoods and know what's up with Zone 3, all right? So everything in my neighborhood, guns were shootings, robbings, murders. That's what I saw guns used in. So the only thing I thought about positive about a weapon was when I see a police officer, oh, he's a cop, so he has a gun, so he's cool. So I started wanting to be a cop because of that. Now, we got cops can have guns. Let me be a cop. That way I can carry a gun. But as I got older, I realized I can carry a gun. I never became a police officer. I realized I didn't need to. But that's how I fell in love with guns. It was the media. It was the lore of it. I mean, you look at all these big action movies we got, guys. All these big movies that come out, you know, and they always got a special gun. Look at John Wick. You know, with the 2011, you know, now the 2011 is cool. It's just something about guns that it drew me to it. Then I got older and I started to learn more about guns and realized, okay, I can use it for self-defense. I can use it for sport, things of that nature. It became a little bit different for me. The meaning of why I carry a gun or why I have guns is a little bit different now. But when I really sat there and thought about like, what was it that moment that just made me fall in love with guns? And it was definitely movies and you know, things like that. Print. I used to go into the store and they had Guns and Ammo magazine and Shoot and Illustrate and all these magazines right in the store. I would run to the store. I would sit there and I'd be reading the magazines. And while my mother's shopping, she had to come catch me by the magazine rack. I have all the gun magazines out. I know people are like, this little kid's a nutball. He's going to kill everybody, right? Probably what they was thinking. But that's what my love of guns is. But what I really want to say is like, you got to realize that all communities don't understand that guns are legal. A lot of people don't think that guns are legal. A lot of people think that guns are negative. The reason you're seeing so much record gun sales also because the communities that's downtrodden, that are starting to be educated, right? So now people are educated the fact that they can own guns, they can carry guns, they live in a bad neighborhood, they can own a gun to protect themselves. And this is the reason why the gun sales also spark it. It's not just the shortage, it's not just COVID. Those are other reasons. I kind of want to segue into that, guys. But if you don't own a gun, I tell everybody, own a gun. If someone comes to your house and you call 911, you're waiting 5 to 21 minutes, who tell them? I know Detroit, they're talking about 1 to 2 hours for a call for a weapon. Even if you don't love guns, if you don't agree with guns, you don't love guns, you don't have to love guns to have a gun, y'all. Have a gun in y'all possession to be able to protect yourself. It's rough out here. It's savage. It's demon season. They don't care. These young kids and these criminals don't care about your life, about your wife's life, your children's life, anything. All right, so that's basically what I want to say, guys, with the Second Amendment, man. I'm Second Amendment all the way because that right to carry guns, to hold guns, and do all the things, okay? Those things are important to me and my family, and it should be important to yours too, because I don't want anyone to see the news and stop seeing these stories of people being home invaded and robbed and doing all these things done to them. I hate to see that when, at least you could have a fighting chance, y'all. I just want to say, man, share my story of why I fell in love with guns, y'all, and try to drop a little knowledge in y'all, man. I appreciate y'all watching, all the support. Like and subscribe, hit the like button, subscribe. Let's go into the comment section, get the conversation started about whatever you guys want to talk about. All right, let me know. AAF, we on the move. See you next time.